Most drivers do this every single day, without thinking twice about it. You park the car, you turn the key off. You walk away, simple, normal, and for a lot of vehicles, completely fine. But if your car has a turbocharged engine, and there's a very real chance it does, that habit could be quietly destroying one of the most expensive components under your hood. We're talking about a part that costs between $2,000 and $3,000 to replace. And the damage happens silently with zero warning lights, zero sounds, and zero indication that anything is wrong until it's too late. I'm going to show you exactly what's happening inside your engine when you shut it off too fast, which vehicles are at risk, and the dead simple habit that takes less than 2 minutes and can add years of life to your engine. Let's get into it. Before we talk about what goes wrong, you need to understand what a turbocharger actually does, because once you see it, the problem makes complete sense. A turbocharger is a device driven by your engine's exhaust gases. Those gases spin a turbine at extremely high speeds, and that turbine is connected to a compressor that forces more air into your engine. More air means more fuel can be burned, which means more power out of a smaller engine. That's why a turbocharged zeolite for cylinder can produce the same power as a larger, naturally aspirated engine while using less fuel. It's an engineering trade-off that automakers love because it lets them meet fuel economy standards without sacrificing performance. And turbochargers are everywhere now. More than 1/3 of all new vehicles sold in the United States today are equipped with a turbocharged engine. That includes everyday cars like the Ford F-150 with its EcoBoost engine, the Honda Accord, the Chevrolet Equinox, the Toyota RAV4, the Jeep Cherokee, and dozens of others. This isn't just a sports car or luxury car thing anymore. Turbos have gone completely mainstream, which means the information I'm about to share applies to an enormous percentage of drivers watching this right now. So here's the problem: a turbocharger operates under extreme conditions. Depending on the vehicle, the turbine shaft inside can spin at over 150,000 rotations per minute under load. At those speeds, the bearings supporting that shaft need a constant, uninterrupted supply of clean oil to lubricate and cool them. Your engine's oil pump provides that supply continuously while the engine is running. Now here's where things go wrong. When you're driving hard, merging onto a highway, passing another car, climbing a long hill, towing something, your turbocharger is working at high temperatures. The exhaust gases driving that turbine can reach extremely high temperatures, and all of that heat soaks into the turbocharger housing and the bearings inside it. If you park the car and immediately turn off the engine, two things stop at the same instant. The oil pump stops circulating oil to the turbocharger, and the cooling flow stops as well. But the turbocharger doesn't stop spinning immediately. It keeps rotating on its own momentum, and all of that stored heat has nowhere to go. The oil that was inside the turbocharger's bearing housing doesn't flow away, it just sits there, baking in temperatures was never designed to handle in a static state. This is what engineers and mechanics call a hot shutdown, and the result is a process called oil coking. The heat literally cooks the oil that's left in the bearing housing, burning it into hard carbon deposits. Those deposits build up over time on the bearing surfaces and the shaft. The bearings that are supposed to spin with near zero frictions start accumulating debris. The precision tolerances inside the turbocharger, which are smaller than the thickness of a human hair, according to turbocharger manufacturer Mitsubishi Turbocharger, begin to degrade, and once that process starts, it accelerates. If you want to see this for yourself, pull the intake hose off a high mileage, turbocharged vehicle that's been subjected to repeated hot shutdowns. You'll find carbon deposits and coking inside the turbocharger housing. Mechanics who work on turbocharged engines see this regularly, and the pattern is consistent. Vehicles that are shut down immediately after hard driving show significantly more internal wear than vehicles where the driver gave the engine time to cool down before shutting off. Now, let's talk about money for a second, because this is where it gets real. According to RepairPool, the average cost to replace a turbocharger assembly in the United States is between $23,000 and $3,000 in parts and labor. For twin-turbo systems found on performance vehicles and some trucks, that number can climb to $6,000 or more. And turbocharger failure doesn't always stay contained to just the turbo. When a turbocharger fails catastrophically, meaning the turbine or compressor wheel breaks apart, it can send metal fragments through the engine's intake and exhaust system. causing damage to the pistons, valves and combustion chamber. What started as a turbocharger problem can turn into an engine replacement. That's a scenario where you're looking at $10,000 or more, depending on the vehicle, and, in many cases, the repair bill exceeds the value of the car itself. Here's the other thing worth understanding. Turbocharger damage from hot shutdowns is cumulative. It doesn't happen all at once. You won't do one hot shutdown and immediately hear a problem. The deposits build slowly. The bearing wear happens gradually. Your car will feel and run completely normally, right up until the point where it doesn't, and by then the damage is done. This is exactly why so many drivers are blindsided by turbo failure. There's no gradual warning. There's no squealing sound or check engine light that shows up weeks in advance. The turbo works fine, and then it doesn't. So which situations actually put your turbocharger at risk? The important thing to understand is that casual, city driving at low speeds is very different from hard driving. If you've been driving gently on surface streets at low, your turbocharger temperature at shutdown is relatively low, and the risk is minimal. The real risk comes from specific situations where the turbocharger has been working hard and is genuinely hot when you park. Highway driving at sustained high speeds. Aggressive acceleration, especially repeated acceleration from a stop. Towing or hauling heavy loads, climbing long grades, hard driving on winding roads, track driving or performance driving. Any situation where your engine has been working at high RPM for an extended period is a situation where your turbocharger needs time to cool down before you shut off the oil supply. The solution is remarkably simple, and it costs you nothing except a little time. After any kind of hard or sustained driving, let your engine idle for 1 to 2 minutes before shutting it off. That's it. During that idle period, your oil pump continues circulating oil through the turbocharger, carrying heat away from the bearings and preventing the oil from baking onto the surfaces. The turbocharger slows down, the temperatures normalize, and when you finally shut the engine off, the turbo is in a much safer thermostatic turbocharger. Engineers at Mitsubishi, one of the world's largest turbo manufacturers, specifically recommend letting the engine idle after high load situations to allow the turbocharger to cool down before shutting off the oil supply. Automotive experts across the industry consistently echo this advice. Idle for a minute or two after hard driving before shutting the engine off. If you do a lot of highway driving or towing, this habit is genuinely one of the most cost-effective things you can do to protect your vehicle. 1 to 2 minutes of idling every time you've been driving hard is all it takes. Compare that to a turbocharger replacement at $2,000 to $3,000. The math is not even close. Now there's a product category worth knowing about. If you're serious about protecting your turbo timer devices, either standalone units or features built into some aftermarket remote start systems, automatically keep your engine running for a preset period. After you've turned the key and removed it, you can walk away from the car, and the engine idles for the programmed cool down period, then shuts itself off. These devices are particularly popular with truck owners who do a lot of towing. They're a great option if you frequently forget to idle down after a hard drive, or if you drive in situations where you simply don't have time to sit in the car for an extra minute after every trip. If you already have a turbo timer, make sure it's programmed for an appropriate duration. Many of these devices come with default settings that may be too short for heavy-duty use after highway towing or sustained high-speed driving. A full 2 minutes of idle cool down is a reasonable target. There's also a broader maintenance point here that directly connects to turbocharger longevity, and that's oil change intervals. Because the turbocharger relies entirely on your engine oil for lubrication and cooling, the quality and cleanliness of that oil matters enormously. Turbocharged engines are almost universally more demanding on oil than naturally aspirated engines because the oil is doing double duty, lubricating the engine itself and carrying heat away from a component that operates at extremely high temperatures. Degraded oil, contaminated oil, or low oil level will accelerate bearing wear inside the turbocharger, regardless of how careful you are about hot shutdowns. If your vehicle has a turbocharged engine and you're still changing oil every 7,000 or 10,000 miles on conventional oil, you may want to reconsider that interval. Most manufacturers of turbocharged vehicles recommend synthetic oil, and many specify intervals of 5,000 miles or less under severe driving conditions, which includes towing, frequent highway driving, and repeated short trips. Check your owner's manual for the specific oil specification your turbocharged engine requires. Using the correct viscosity and specification of synthetic oil change at the right interval is the foundation of turbocharger protection. The idle cool-down habit is important, but it won't compensate for neglected oil changes. One more thing worth mentioning, and this applies especially if you're buying a used turbocharged vehicle. When you're evaluating a used car with a turbo engine, pay attention to the oil condition on the dipstick. Dark sludgy oil in a vehicle that supposedly had regular oil changes is a red flag. Pull the intakes off the turbocharger if you can, and look inside for carbon deposits or coking. A clean turbocharger interior with light-colored oil residue suggests the engine was maintained properly. Heavy black deposits suggest a history of hot shutdowns or neglected oil changes, or both. A pre-purchased inspection by a trusted mechanic who specifically checks the turbocharger condition is money well spent before committing to a used turbocharged vehicle. Let's also address a common question. What about vehicles with automatic turbo coolant systems? Some modern turbocharged vehicles are equipped with an electric water pump that continues circulating coolant through the turbocharger for a period of time after the engine shuts off. This is a genuine feature on certain vehicles, designed specifically to address the heat soak problem. If your vehicle has this system, it provides an additional layer of protection, but it doesn't eliminate the benefit of the idle cool-down habit. And it definitely doesn't mean your oil quality and change intervals matter any less. The idle cool-down is a simple, universal habit that costs nothing. Even if your car has a coolant after-bowl system, there's no downside to letting it idle for a minute after a hard run. Here's the bottom line. More than a third of new vehicles in America today have a turbocharged engine. Those turbos operate at extraordinary speeds and temperatures, and they depend entirely on oil circulation for lubrication and cooling. When you shut the engine off immediately after hard driving, you stop that oil circulation while the turbocharger is still hot. Over time, that causes oil coking and bearing, where that leads to premature turbocharger failure. Replacing a turbocharger costs $2,000 to $3,000 on average, and in severe cases the damage goes beyond just the turbo. The fix is a 1 to 2 minute idle period after any sustained or hard driving before you shut the engine off. It's simple, it's free, and it's one of the most effective habits you can develop. Protect a turbocharged engine. If you have a turbocharged vehicle and you've never thought about this before, now you know. Start the habit today. And if you know someone who drives a turbocharged car or a truck, especially someone who does a lot of highway driving or towing, share this video with them. This is the kind of information that could save them a very expensive repair bill. Drop a comment below and tell me what turbocharged vehicle you're driving. I read every single one, and if you want more real, practical car maintenance information explained the way it should be. No fluff, no exaggeration, just the facts. Make sure you're subscribed. There's a lot more coming.